In the quiet town of Monroe, Connecticut, hidden behind glass and locked inside a wooden case, sits a doll that has terrified the world for over 5 decades. Her name is Annabelle. And this is no Hollywood fiction. This is a real story. A story of possession, deception, and the darkness that lives inside a doll. It all began in 1970. A young nursing student named Donna lived with her roommate Angie. Donna's mother, on a whim, gifted her an old Raggedy Ann doll from a vintage store. It was just a simple, innocent toy, or so they thought. Within days, strange things began to happen. Donna would place the doll on her bed before leaving for class. But when she returned, the doll had moved. It wasn't just slipping or falling. It was now on the couch, then on the kitchen floor. Once, kneeling in a locked room. A cloth doll with no joints or structure somehow knelt by itself. It was impossible. The disturbances became frequent. Donna and Angie started to find notes written in childlike handwriting on parchment paper they didn't even own. The messages read things like, "Help us," and "Help Lou." Lou was Angie's fiancé, and he never trusted the doll. He said it gave him a bad feeling, like it was always watching him. He often complained that the air in the apartment felt heavy, as if the room itself was breathing. One night, Lou had a terrifying experience. He awoke from sleep, frozen and paralyzed. He couldn't move or scream. As his eyes opened, he saw Annabelle sitting on his chest, staring directly into his soul. Her soft, sewn hands were now tightening around his throat. Lou gasped for breath, unable to move. Then, just like that, she vanished. The next morning, Lou found deep, bloody claw marks on his chest, 3 long vertical slashes, and 3 horizontal. 6 in total, like a demonic cross. Terrified and confused, Donna contacted a medium. During the séance, a spirit introduced itself as Annabelle Higgins, a 7-year-old girl who had died tragically near their apartment. The spirit claimed to feel safe with Donna. It said it was lonely and just wanted to stay with them. Moved by the story, Donna agreed. She gave the spirit permission to remain in the doll. That was a terrible mistake. After that moment, everything escalated. Loud knocks echoed through the apartment at night. Cold spots formed in warm rooms. Lights flickered. Shadows moved. The doll began appearing in places they hadn't even entered. And Lou was attacked again. This time, he heard voices, soft, whispering voices calling to him in his sleep. One night, he heard a voice whisper directly into his ear, "I'll kill you." It was time for help. Desperate, they contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, America's most well-known and trusted paranormal investigators. When the Warrens arrived and studied the case, they came to a chilling conclusion. This wasn't the spirit of a little girl. This was something else. Something dark. Something demonic. A malevolent entity was pretending to be innocent, using Donna's compassion as a doorway, tricking her into allowing it inside the doll. The medium had been deceived. The Warrens called in a Catholic priest to perform an emergency exorcism, but even he was hesitant. He later said he felt a dark presence clinging to the doll. As prayers were spoken, the room turned ice cold. Windows rattled, objects shifted, and for a moment, the doll's stitched smile seemed to stretch just a little wider. After the exorcism, the Warrens took the doll back to their home, locking it inside the back seat of their car. But the danger wasn't over yet. Halfway through the drive, their brakes failed twice. Ed swerved off the road to avoid a serious accident. Finally, Lorraine doused the doll in holy water. Only then did the drive continue without incident. Once home, the Warrens placed the doll in a glass display case inside their occult museum. The case was sealed with prayers and built with holy protection. Across the front of the glass, a sign was placed. It reads, "Warning, positively do not open." But Annabelle was still active. And a few months later, a priest came to visit the Warrens. He scoffed at the doll, laughing and mocking its reputation. Ed warned him to show respect, but the priest shrugged it off. On his drive home, that same priest crashed his car into a tree. He survived, barely. When he called the Warrens later, he admitted he felt as though something had been in the car with him, pulling the steering wheel. And then there was the motorcycle couple. The man, laughing, tapped the glass and joked, "Come on, Annabelle, do your worst." On the way home, he lost control of the motorcycle. He died instantly. His girlfriend survived and told the Warrens what had happened. She said it all changed the moment he made fun of the doll. Wayne, to this day, Annabelle remains locked inside her case in the Warren Occult Museum. The museum is now closed to the public, but staff and guests who visited in the past often spoke of the same feeling, a strange pressure in their chest, as if they were being silently judged. The energy around the doll is dense, suffocating, and deeply unsettling. Lorraine Warren often said that the case was not just storage, it was containment, a warning to the world, because what's inside is not a toy, not a child's spirit, not something misunderstood. What's inside is evil. It waits, it watches, and it remembers every person who ever disrespected it. Some dolls are made to bring comfort, but this one was made to bring fear. Annabelle is real, and she still sits there, behind that glass, watching.